Exactly a year ago today, on January 12, 2015, in Armenia's second largest city of Gumri, a shocking multiple homicide shook the country. 6 members of the Avetisyan family were shot dead in their home during their sleep. The lone survivor was 6-month-old Seryoja, who was hospitalized and remained under the intensive care of Armenian doctors and specialists invited from Moscow, but succumbed to his injuries on January 19. The accused was Russian soldier Valery Permyakov, stationed at the 102nd Russian military base in Gyumri. In his statement, Permyakov claimed to have entered the Avetisyan residence for a drink of water. To note, the distance between the Avetisyan home and Permyakov's base is about 8 to 10 kilometers. The investigation showed that Permyakov left his military base at around 2:30 a.m. The homicide took place around 6:30 in the morning. The police was notified of Permyakov's absence from his base 3 to 4 hours after the tragedy. Permyakov was apprehended by Russian military personnel trying to cross the Armenian-Turkey border during the early hours of January 13. He was put under Russian custody. On the day, Prosecutor General Kostanyan announced that the Russian side would maintain custody of the Russian soldier until at least the end of the criminal investigation. The Prosecutor General referred to an article of the Russian Constitution that prohibits the extradition of Russian citizens to foreign states. Kostanyan's statement caused an uproar throughout the country. On January 14 and 15, violent protests took place in Gumri and Yerevan, demanding that the accused be handed over to Armenian authorities and stand trial in an Armenian court. More than a dozen protesters were arrested. Kostanyan promised that the accused would stand trial within the territory of Armenia, while Russian authorities, for their part, insisted that the accused would be punished to the full extent of the law. Permyakov was charged with desertion and multiple homicide. These announcements caused further discontent. Protesters mobilized in front of the Russian consulate in Gyumri, which led to violent clashes between the police and the protesters. 28 people were hospitalized, including 18 policemen. 13 were arrested. On January 19, it was announced that Armenia and Russia will conduct a joint investigation into the case. On June 26, during an official visit to Armenia, Russian Transport Minister and co-chair of the Russian-Armenian Regulatory Commission, Maxim Sokolov, announced that Permyakov's case will be handed over to the Armenian judiciary. On August 12, the first hearing took place at the Russian military base in Gyumri. Permyakov was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment on charges of desertion and theft of Russian military weaponry. Permyakov is still awaiting his verdict for the murder of the Avetisyan family. His next court hearing is scheduled for January 18 of this month. He continues to remain under Russian custody at the Russian base in Gyumri.